Wednesday, everyone. Oh my goodness gracious. Hi. Um, I just jumped over from the Angular Air podcast, so it's always a little disjointed to hop on over here. But I love these afternoon sessions that we get to have together. So welcome to UI Wednesdays with Alyssa. That's this girl right here. So yes, let me double check my audio, make sure we're coming through. But welcome to the show, the UI show that is. Today should be pretty fun. We are going to be comments. We are going to be going through our Tour of Heroes app, which is the demo app for Angular that John Papa originally set up. And I kind of swapped out some of the heroes for ponies, My Little Ponies. That is, you're welcome. And we're just upgrading the styles, making the UI look good. I really want to get the app to kind of a like a solid place with the UI, and before I start adding on to it functionality-wise. So that's the goal. Welcome. Hey, hello, DFlex. Hi. So there's I'm in Kansas City. And there's this crazy thunderstorm going on right now. So if you hear any loud booming, that's what that is. But how is your Wednesday going? Tell me how you all are, and where what the weather's like. Any crazy storms where you are? I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen. Like this, like that. I hate bad weather. Every fun. That is funny. I like thunderstorms, but not whenever I'm either trying to stream or go running. Those are the two times that I'm like, really? But okay, let's see. I want to actually, before we dive into styles, share screen, my entire screen, do it. I wanted to show. Pull this over. Let me know in the comments if I should leave the comments up in a tab. If you're having issues seeing this, but what you should see is my Twitter feed, which I found this awesome tweet about a CSS article, CSS for designers, which things I wish I'd known about CSS. And I was just I just found this resource. I was scrolling through and looking at how they break down block, inline block, even code pins, explaining different concepts, images in line, how height and width are calculated, plus this super cute highlight style. I just need to open up the inspector and I'm like, how are they, is this a border? What are they doing to this H2? Background image. Oh, it's a background image with a linear gradient. Oh my God, I just love it so much. Anyways, so I love this resource. I wanted to share that. CSS for designers. I'm going to share it in the chat. So there you go. Close that. So here's our Tour of Heroes application. It is obviously a work in progress. But here are heroes that are listing out, which last time on stream we got these, I don't know what to call these. Hey Salt, good to see ya. We got last stream we got these. Really, I think they should be completely different UI element. Which we can. Good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Salt. Really, they just need to be, I think, cards. So if I go to Kendo UI or Angular, actually, I want to go to I've got it bookmarked, the developer branch, which has the latest. Cards would be tubular. That's a nice use of tubular. So what I'm thinking is we will pull in cards. Or again, the thunderstorms are a little iffy. If you lose me in struggling to rainstorm right now. Yes, yes, that's what we want. So I was thinking it'd make more sense because there's different like styles of cards even within Kendo UI. But I was thinking we could slap these in, and this would give us a really good place because I had talked about how I wanted to have actual like avatars or emojis or images or something for each pony. And you know this, if you haven't heard of the Tour of Heroes, I'm gonna open up. I actually updated. I reached out to John Papa and I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I?" And you should be seeing my terminal right now. If you're not, let me know. But I updated the OG Tour of Heroes app this past week to version 10 of Angular, what we are currently on. Page. Close it down as TOH. Reducer. So I'm going to go ahead and show you Welcome Back looks. Okay. So this, of course, is where we're at with My Little Pony version. As soon as the server starts, pull up. So here's where we started. And of course, speaking to heroes with John Papa, you can find the OG repo, which I have a PR on right now to update who's on version 6 of it. Updated to version 10. And here's like the list of heroes. We've got a little. I didn't think the IDs made sense here, but if we switch these elements out to columns, I'm not sure about basically just do the card, image, have the extra info at the ID, but a card kind of gives this, at least in my head, this is not going really bad. I mess with it, and I truly regret it. Let me know if this is helping. Red, blue, hopefully that helps. Let me know, Lux, because I messed with the audios on my box, and I regret it severely. I had it with the sweet spot, and I was really happy with it. I touched it. Very bad. Yes. If, okay. Let me know if this helps at all. I'm actually curious. I'm wondering if it's not coming through the correct mic. Let's make sure. Audio was not coming through the correct mic. Which I'm peeking now on this mic, but it should like insta sound a bunch better. Let's get that. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I think that's much better. Yikers. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was definitely coming through. I think my computer or some nonsense. Some nonsense. Goodness gracious. Thank you so much. That would have been. I'm gonna make like a sticky note right now to always check which audio I'm using. Hi. That seems like a 101 thing, kind of. Check audio source. Herkadurka. Okay. So we have our heroes. I'm going to go back, and this was the OG app. But we're going to go back to sticky notes. I got way too many sticky notes around me. It's kind of a problem. You'd think I would just use like notes on my phone, but I still have like an OG notebook for notes. And then I also have an OG calendar, like scheduling. It helps me to like sit down and like write things out because then I actually remember that something's going to happen and don't totally forget about it. I don't know. The boss. Oh, that's funny. DFlex. Okay, so we are going to spin up, instead of the TOH application, we are just going to spin up the Tour of Heroes. Plus, plus. Get status. Okay, so what I modified, I will show you what I modified before, but let's go ahead and serve up our application. So what I modified before was I'd use the digital sticky notes on Windows. Oh my gosh. So there used to be on Mac, I don't even remember what version it was, but sticky notes on, like, basically I use different desktops on my Mac where I can swipe over and have infinite amounts, and I don't even know if you could see them if I'm showing them right now. I highly doubt it's screen sharing them. But there used to be like one, like at the very first desktop, where you could have all these like digital sticky notes, and I had, like, I'm not even kidding, like 50 like layered on top of each other at all times. I was constantly swapping them out, and then that was no longer a feature. So I'm super jealous that you still have digital sticky notes on Windows. Yes, that's nice. It syncs to your Mac. What? You have to tell me more about these sticky notes, because is it an app or something? Because I really miss digital sticky notes, although I did abuse them. It got a bit ridiculous. So what I have changed since we last met was I added this gorgeous header. I ripped out some these navigation styles because they were just upsetting me, and I changed a little bit about my heroes. So whenever we hit a break point, it wraps, and I'm fine with it overlapping for now, as long as it doesn't overlap with this stuff. So that's what's changed. But in the dashboard component, which we haven't even touched the dashboard page, dashboard. Why do I sound so silly? We haven't touched the dashboard page, but it's looking pretty sad. These are the top heroes. But what I'm thinking we need to do is, once we turn these into cards, which maybe that's like a bad idea because there's so many of them, but then we could just do like pagination, right? Or some sort of nonsense. But I'm thinking once these are cards, it would make more sense that these are also cards. And so it's kind of like the same UI element across pages that are displaying the hero with their information. And of course, you'll still be able to click into it and go into the hero edit page. That was my thought process. Windows 10 Exchange email account. Ooh. Windows 10 search sucks. An app called Sticky Notes. I'm totally looking this up. And yes, don't make fun of me. I'm making a note about an app called Sticky Notes. Because I really miss the digital ones. So let's look. I don't know. I had made a comment to myself, replace the grid business with Kendo UI cards. First of all, I love you, John Papa, but what the fudge? He has dashboard inspect. He has like all of these grid styles set up right here. Let's go to this div, grid with grid pad, which has like a, I would say, a good chunk of styles. But this could essentially be taken care of with flex. Like you just say display flex and then justify content. I don't really understand the point of, maybe there's like a, well, especially since the top heroes only has 4. I have no idea what the original thinking was here, but it drives me crazy that we've got all of this nonsense. Um and so I had added display flex space evenly here and commented out pretty much everything else. We want to keep some of the module styles. Oh, whoops. I got that closing bracket. Because within the module itself, we were doing things like background color, text color, width and height, and a border radius. Really, I think we can keep all of this. And cut that and delete this out of the commented out stuff. And hover is fine too. I mean, it's not very pony-y. It's not very My Little Pony themed. We're obviously going to have to spruce it up a bit, but we're probably going to rip these out anyways and create
So like I said before, the grid stuff that whatever he was doing, we can just simply replace with justify content space evenly on a flex row. So that's what I'm gonna do. Doodly doo. This, yeah, let's just delete it. And I think we, at this point, can go ahead and pull in cards because we're gonna want to replace whatever you want to call this buttons, and we want to replace our dashboard modules. So let's do that. What platform are you using? I missed the first bit. So this is a Tour of Heroes Angular demo application that I can actually lay Google it for you. John Papa Tour of Heroes. So if you hit up GitHub, John Papa's GitHub, I'm using the Angular Tour of Heroes. I know he does like other things like Vue and React and blah 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 blah. So yeah, I'll plop this in the link. But this is what we started out with. Yes, Angular is the platform. So yeah, if you want to follow along, there's also a PR on that link of the latest version of up to V10 that you'll probably want to hit up. And then otherwise, just head over to Alyssa Michelle on GitHub and you can pull down the My Little Pony version. Okay, so Kendo UI, we're going to go ahead and grab their. I want to grab the cards. Woo. Why is my network being so slow? Oh, I think here's the problem. So, Kendo UI, we have these like nested components. And so usually we have like a npm like line that's like this is how you get the cards into your application. However, if you go up on the side panel, you'll see that like card and avatar and other things are all inside of layout, the like layout component if you want to call it. So if you go to the layout overview and scroll down past like basic usage, there is the ng add command. Or you can of course do the manual setup below that's npm install. So if you're ever, this confused me at first when I started using Kendo UI. I was like, I don't understand. Like I'm inside of the card documentation. Where's the ng add line? It's probably because those components are nested under a mama component that you need to go up to and find. So we're just going to open up our terminal, open up a new window. ng add at progress Kendo Angular layout. That should get us what we need. Stay hydrated, darlings. I'm drinking ice water with lemon, and before that, I was drinking Betty's Blend, which is just a black coffee, but it has like hints of cinnamon and chocolate in it. It's a Kansas City coffee from the roastery. Okay, so we installed it. I don't actually know if we need to restart. I'm going to assume, based on the errors I'm getting, that I need to restart. So DF Lux, what's the weather like there? Is it morning or nighttime or neither? It's 2:30 p.m. for me, almost 2:30. Compiled successfully. Awesome. We go back over here. No yawning. I know, right? I should have definitely brought more coffee and less ice water to the stream. Been outside working all day. Oh, 3:20 there. Okay. I love getting to work outside on things. I'm super jelly. Okay. So we installed our cards. Now we're going to go over where is it at? There we go. We're going to go over to our card, getting started. And I'm literally, I know it's cheating. Maybe it's not cheating. I just saw the lightning. So be prepped for just like any minute waiting to lose power completely. I know it's cheating dash not cheating, but I really like to just steal like the default example, plop that in, and then kind of go from there on building out my cards. So we're going to go back over to the dashboard and I'm trying to decide if I want to do it in the dashboard or if I want to do it. Yeah, we haven't done anything on the dashboard. So let's do it in the dashboard first, and then we can make them like a reusable component later and use them on the heroes page as well. It's not cheating. You have my permission. Thanks, Dia. Okay. What am I doing? Let's see. Below top heroes. We still want, so we're not using grid pad anymore. I meant to clean up these classes. We're not using, like, anytime I see call -1 -4, like any kind of class like that, I have like uh flashbacks of like really, really bad times. What is it called? Where it's just like this fear in my stomach that hits because um I was on a really big project once and my job was to clean up and remove bootstraps so that we could do all custom styles. And so anytime I see like call dash 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 dash, dash I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. So I try to be very semantic with my classes. We don't need hero anymore. Maybe. Let's see. Module. I don't see anything with class of hero. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna remove it and add it back later if we need it. Which really module should be named like card. We're gonna go over here and rename module card and module hover to card. Okay, so at this point we shouldn't see any change. If I refresh the page, yeah, we still have these pseudo cards. But we're going to go over to our HTML and paste in what I copied from Kendo UI. Um, okay, there's a lot going on here. This is also when I get a little overwhelmed. Kendo Avatar. So I don't think we need an avatar yet if we do have that one because the image below on the card I think is going to be good enough. I think that's where we can put our avatar. Card title. Okay, so we have a hero name. So we're going to just go ahead and say hero.name. And then I also know from earlier that we have a hero ID. Those are the two pieces of info that I know we have. So we're just going to plop those in and see what is what. Kendo scroll view, arrows pageable. See, I don't know how much of this we actually need. Okay. Then URL. Oh, I think this is all for, if we go back over to the docs, I think it's for the. I wonder if it's for the likes and other arrow true, pageable true, let item for item, draggable false. See, I don't know how much of this I need. I know for sure we're going to need the image. So let's inspect this. Image, draggable. Is that inside of scroll view? Kendo draggable. So the building blocks are card, header, body, action, footer. I wonder if. Ooh, network. This is being chuggy. Let's see. Card footer, card actions. I think it might be. It's probably card media, not card body. Specifies any media that was displayed and aligned in the card. You know what? In times like this, here's how. When I'm using a new component that I'm like, I don't know how this is supposed to work, literally just open it in StackBlitz and I start commenting out things until it works the way I need it to. So we're going to let that dev server spin up while I go back over here and I'm going to comment out what I think we can get rid of. Images of the cards like expanded condo card body. Oh yeah, we need that closing tag. But I don't think I want any of this. I think I just want that and then I think I deleted the opening of body. Insert image here of pony. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think I deleted that. Card header, card body. Okay. Welcome back. If you're just now joining us, it's UI Wednesdays with Alyssa. I think something that's going to hurt us is our overlapping styles. So I'm going to go ahead and delete them and name this pony card group. Yeah, that's okay. And instead of grid, we're going to have that. And we're actually just going to comment out the old ones. If class of pony card group. Perfect. Cut, paste, tab over. Oh, I guess I could make this a bit bigger. Maybe that's too big. I don't know. You can let me know. Back over to our Tour of Heroes. I love it. Absolutely nothing showing up. Let's see. Inspect. So we should have something. Definitely shouldn't have nothing. What is happening? Oh, I need to make the terminal bigger too, don't I? Okay. That's as big as I can comfortably make it. Let's see. So there's a Kendo card. There's the pony card group. Why are you... I'm just trying to get anything to show up. Overflow hidden? No. Height of 200 pixels. And background of... Okay, so there is our pony card group. Kendo card. Background color of blue. Where are you? Why do you not like me? It's not at all getting the... I have to do so much work at work. Yeah, our H1 and our paragraphs aren't showing up at all. Surprise, surprise. Let's see. Oh, we totally didn't even loop through them. I have no idea what I was expecting to happen. That was super funky. Okay. So for each Kendo card, I need to go ahead and we'll move our loop down here. And they do need to be anchors. We'll probably need to put, yeah, we're going to need to put this router link with an anchor, but I'm thinking maybe like right inside the Kendo card, maybe? Let's try that. Router link, give you a splice. And we're putting it around everything that's directly inside of Kendo card. Want to trade? Yeah. No, seriously, DFlux. Or is it deflux? Dude. Or is it deflux? Or is it none of those? So what do you do outside? Tell me it's working like in gardening or something. 'Cause I don't know why. But if I ever had to leave web development, however you slice it, deflux. Okay. um yeah, if I ever had to leave web development or like just like any kind of technology working with, I think I would want to be a gardener of some kind. That's just like secret dream job. We have cards showing up now. Yeet. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, I think woo, 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 inspect what's going on below this Kendo card. I think the problem is because we don't have an actual body that these cards look a bit wonky. Also, There's no spacing between them. And I don't know if it's because of how I'm wrapping them. So let's go and oh, are they clickable? They are clickable. Excellent. Um insert angular related heckle here. Hi, turtle. I have several hats. Today I was inspecting roads. We put down a new formula, so we are tracking how well it's doing over time. Dude, I gotta be in the sunshine all day long. That sounds awesome. Okay, maybe not for people like Turtle Guy who loathes all sorts of sun, but I would freaking love it. I'd be like, I'm so tan from my job. Look at my face. Instead of, oh, my eyes, I can't see anymore because of the box lights. Okay. Styling. We were doing something productive with our lives. Avatars. Oh, you do love the sun? Mm. Okay, so almost forgot to mention the Hasbro.com has oh my god, it makes me so happy. I found it this week when looking for inspiration for the website because I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't want it to like look garish. I want it to look just enough pony sparkle magic to look legit, but not like overboard. And so I found Hasbro's website and they took the characters from the modern day My Little Pony and they retrified them and did them in the old school style, which is what I grew up with. And I freaking just flipped out, fell in love, along with having the original six. So, yes, super pumped about finding this bit of inspiration. Uh, and I also found that if you were curious, the it's not good. If we go over to Heroes, you'll see why it's not good. I found this font that it's like a free font that I found online, so like you can't really complain too much. But if you'll notice, like on the R, they reused the P and then just added kind of a stick to it, and it was like, oh dear God in heaven, what's happening here? So I'm gonna have to, if I ever want to use this pony font on like headings or whatever, I'm not going to be able to do this the cool stroke because here, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Super big. 'Cause it highlights the fact that there are two different pieces that they just reused the P. At this point, I'm like, I mean, it's kind of needed if I want the overlap, but also that is so jank. And I could just use an image, but I hardcore am all about selectable text. Just make it selectable. Just make it legit. You're gonna make me into a brony. That is the goal. So that or just to get you to love CSS, one or the other. So I need to. Oh, this finally loaded. So the problem with Kendo UI Stack Blitz examples is that they like the way we generate them is that they work for there's like a base one that works for all demos, which means that if you go over to the dependencies, you will see the problem. It's that every single piece of Kendo UI that can be included is included, even though we're just showing off cards, right? Like we obviously don't need the Excel export, etc., etc. So if you're ever working with our demos and you're like, "What the fudge? I need this to load faster," just go through and clean up the dependencies, um, and then it'll load instantly. But that's what's going on here. That's why it's looking like this. Okay, so we have go back to our where are our files? Um, so we have a card list that we're looping through. Let card of scroll view cards. And then we have a scroll view card component with all the juicy bits in it. Okay. So now at this point, I should be able to get rid of the things I don't care about, like, for instance, card body. Oh, that's how they're using. Is that not how you comment something out? I guess not. I'm just gonna. I have no idea what that did. I don't know what that does. We're just gonna delete it because I don't know what's happening. Card actions. Delete that. Yeah, that's the base. So it's the card actions that I didn't care about. This card separator. Um, I'm confused on what that is. Deleting it. We do need to get some margin going on here because this is driving me batty. Even just, I know it's just a demo that we're going to steal from, but I can't take it anymore. So I need to, like over here looking for the CSS file. There's not individual ones. Kendo card. So I need to say format document, please, and thank you. Is that it formatted? I'm confused. Okay, that's it formatted. Ignore that. Kendo card. Margin bottom 40 pixels, please. Oops. Cancel. I'm trying to think of why this isn't working. Fork it and leave this website. And good lordy, I can't be 40. My sister bought a t-shirt from a resale shop, and my sister is like 7 years younger than me, and I'm 31. But her t-shirt is like this like little hand stitched. It says, "Good lordy, I can't be 40," and it just cracks me up every time she wears it. She thought it would be funny. It is funny. So now it's kind of my saying. Yeah, deflux. I think you can totally sell it as work related. I also have a comic book here for. I don't actually know if it's going to focus on it, but for those of you who, I tried to pull out all my inspiration, so I just would. Okay, save this and flipping figure out why the style isn't showing up. Yes, I could use an important tag, and no, I will not. So there you go. This is so big. I'm sorry, guys. I have to make the font smaller just so I can find the DOM element that I need to modify. I just embrace it now. Yeah. Me too. Me too. But I also kind of like always had an old soul, so I was kind of was just like, I'm too old for this, and everyone's like, you're 20, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to bed. Margin bottom 20 pixels. There you go. Now you listen. No card. What did I put it on before? I don't understand. Kendo card. Oh, it's not a class. It's an element. Duh, Alyssa. Oof. Okay. So now we have some spacing, and I also am going to give the Kendo cards a background color of. Oh, no, I'm soulless. Random blue that I'm picking. I have no idea if that's actually going to show up. Background color. And you're like, why are you modifying the cards here? In due time, we will move our card goodness over. I just have to figure out what the heck I'm doing first. Background color, K card. Okay. So we have to override K card. So we're going to call it Kendo card, and then we're also going to call out K card, although I don't need margin on both. So never mind. Ignore the crazy girl. K card, and we're going to move our background color. And this is just like, okay, I know this isn't gorgeous or done yet. It's just so that we can see what the heck we're doing. Okay, so we have some spacing between them, and we have some background color on our K cards. And I am going to make this a little bit bigger because we don't need that other thing right now. Also, you're like, what are these Google image results you have up? It's just inspiration again to inspire us towards that pony UI that we all know we can achieve in our hearts. Okay, get out of this god awful styles file that's all squished together. We need scroll card view. Okay. And I need you to collapse as well. So we got rid of the stuff, the nonsense that we did not need. Do template. Okay. I don't know why we needed. So a lot. Oftentimes in Kendo UI, we'll pull in ng template. We'll pull in an ng template whenever we want to customize the look of a card. My office. Can I? Whoops, hide. I can't click on it. Darn it. I use StreamYard, and so the click functionality on comments just like shows and hides the comments, which is really cool. I mean, like, it was really awesome. Like, I can quickly slap a comment on screen. However, ain't nobody have time to type in something like that. Okay, page roll, true, arrows. Kendo cards subtitle. So, oh, that's what's going on. Oh my God, they got way too fancy with it. Nobody needs that. They've got a whole flipping gallery on this card example. So that's what, anytime you see NG template, you should think, what custom thing am I about to witness? All right. Have a good night, D Flux. I don't know why I want to call you DF Flux, but good night, D Flux. Thanks for chatting with me, man. Okay. I'm focused on right. We are gonna so I just need image title. We don't need to loop through them. Okay. I think I understand what's happening more. I need to go back to where's our example? There's our oh, it's so big. It's like so big. Dashboard. I already try to make elements like chunky, especially for something like this with My Little Pony where like you can get away with the chunk, but whenever I'm on stream, I, command plus plus to make things bigger, and you get that on top of the chunky UI, and you're like, oh, my eyes. Okay, so let's go ahead. One moment, darlings. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to make sure that I have. Okay, yeah, there it is. I was like, where are my images, my pony images? Um, so I'm gonna need an image on each card. I think for now we're gonna have to have like a placeholder one. I think that'll work. Okay. So let me get my screen back up for you. For you, for you, for you, for you, for you. That I need to close that. I needed to clean up this. And sorry everyone, almost there. Okay. I think everything is clean as we're gonna get it. And I think this is what we want to share. So I wanted to maybe put some horizontal stripes, which is why I have that one up. And this one, of course, I really wanted to find a font. So if you're out there and you're like, I know exactly the pony font for you. The one that I'm using right now is okay. It's okay, but it has some glaring issues, specifically with the R. Okay, so I have a set of, if we go over to assets and then retro My Little Pony, I have a set of images. I love that VS Code loads that in. It makes me so flipping happy. I've got some retro PNGs that we can put in, and we're going to grab Pinkie Pie, copy the path, and actually, I wonder what copy relative path does. Relative to who? Like relative to myself? I don't question. Okay. So if we go in here and add an image with the source. Oh, yeah, that is a better URL than it was giving me before. Placeholder image for all ponies. I'm not really sure. Not really sure what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's what I thought. Bad things. Bad things happened. Let's get rid of source. Let's go into assets maybe. I do this every time. Yay! Where I'm not sure the path. Like, is it two dots? Is it one dot? Is it a leading slash? Like, Mhm. All right, we're gonna do the next part in the inspector because. Okay. Go. Grab our pony. Image. Let's do a. Actually, we're gonna give Kendo card body an overflow of hidden. It won't work. Did it? I don't think it worked. Image with a max width of like 100. I have no idea how big these cards are. Okay. So I was thinking it would be basically you have your card, and then usually at the bottom of the card, there's like a square image. If I pull up the docs, there's like a square image. But instead of a square image, I was thinking we could do a pony like we have, but she's kind of like down off the screen. So it's just like, the head part sticking up over the fold. And I thought it would be really, really, oh my God, I'm so excited about this bit. On hover for the card, because it's clickable. So we want some interaction there to let you know, like you can select this card and go in and edit the pony, blah, blah, blah. Um, I thought we would have the like pony that's like down below the fold, overflow hidden, like pop up a little bit, like just slightly, like as you hover and then off. So I'm super pumped to add that in. I will need to actually get where's where's the thing I was working on? I will actually need to get ponies for each one, but I think a good start would be to provide a default image so that if they don't have one, we just have like maybe the logo or something. And then just kind of go from there. But I can populate that data at some other point. I want to get this style working. So the max width, I want her to be bigger than the card itself. So like maybe 350, maybe. Not maybe, possibly. Let's see. And if we take image, I'm wondering if I should position. I think so. Okay, let's try it. Position absolute. That worked. Hang on. Before we go any further, I want to make sure the Kendo cards wrapper, which I think what do we call pony card group. So it's display flex, space evenly. I don't know why that's not working. Oh, you know what we forgot? I think we forgot to say flex wrap. And okay. So that should wrap the cards down when there's no room for them. But I also need to tell the cards themselves to have the overflow hidden. Where are you? There you are. Pip, pip. There we go. And then I'll position her, and the cards will remain the same size. So this is exactly what we want to do. So we're going to go back over to, woo, not that screen. Go back over to our styles and make sure that we put this in. So pony card group, flex wrap, wrap, and what was the other thing? I think I said K card. Not sure. Let's check it out. Yes, that's exactly what we wanted. Perfect. Okay. So now if we position the pony picture, absolute. Interesting. Okay, body. I expected the card itself. I'm a little confused. I expected the card itself to collapse because I'm basically removing the pony image out of the flow. What if I just like delete the pony image? Why are you? Who is making you this tall? Okay. So I don't think we need that hard coded width. I mean, maybe for uniformity. 842 pixels. It has to be getting that height from the pony image. Because if we go to our, what is it? It's Kendo card body. So if we go to Kendo card body, and I think it was not a class, and we say, oh, I'm not doing CSS yet. We say, hey, images, max width of like, I think it was 260. So let's go to 30 for the width of the cards. Okay, so go back over here. Yeah, that's better. Well, this is better, but we're still not there yet. So, oh, also our we need, I think, a margin bottom on our K cards. I'm going to go ahead and put this over to the right so that we can see both our styles. Ah, not that. Both our styles and our app at the same time. So Kendo card body. Kendo. Woo. Is it just called? I'm like majorly forgetting. Kendo card header, Kendo card. Yeah, it's just Kendo card. Margin. If you can spell, thank you very much. What am I doing? Some people ask themselves. Margin bottom, that's going to be way too much, but. And then we also need to give our pony card wrapper a margin tap. So top, right, bottom, left. Top, right, bottom, left. Then did I do that wrong? Top, right, bottom, left. If you do 3, it should just repeat back in the top and the bottom. Top, right, bottom, left. Let's see. Pony card group. Oh, it's because I hadn't saved. Woof. There we go. Okay. That's okay. I mean, probably a bit more since, and then also a bit less on our Kendo cards. And then we really have to top heroes. I want here, like my heroes, that those styles to be the same. Which what did we do that on? And I'm actually gonna pull up the the Twitch channel so I can see comments over here instead. Okay. We added that to our H2. And I think it'd be fair to say I want all H2s looking that glorious. It will, of course, continue to get adjustments. I don't know if I put them in app component CSS or inside of styles. I think, yeah, I think it's going to be inside of app component, which would normally be okay because they're more specific, but I need them to apply to all H2s. So it looks like I gave it to, what did I even give those styles to? It's coming from the heroes component. That's why. Okay. So let's go find our heroes component CSS, and we're going to steal the H2 goodness. So this media query, media query, that's totally a thing, is specifically for it's specifically for my pony or my heroes in that pony font because the Y is a special. I gave it a span of Y and I had to move it over without those styles. As you see, I'm like actually positioning the Y. The Y by default is like, yeah, it's over there. So I'm actually going to, I need these styles to be reusable. Yeah, like I said earlier, I want them to be in like a pony font. So I'm gonna update, let's see. The color is fine. It's got the stroke width and the stroke color. The font family is wrong as well as not having the font size. So we're gonna replace that. And I don't think I need, I guess the margin might be helpful. Why am I saying margin bottom like that? Top right bottom. There. Sometimes you're like, why did I do such a thing? Okay. So what I just did was I moved these styles that I want all H2s to have into pony font. And then as soon as I update our application to use SCSS, I'll start using extend all over the place and we'll just use extend pony font and we'll be able to get rid of any redundancies that we have. Of course, things that are custom like these media queries will remain in here. So I'm going to go to the greater. I feel like this belongs in global styles. I always debate because I don't know if I should put it inside of styles.css or inside of app component.css. App components, private CSS styles, which everything I think should be inside of here because if you open up our app component HTML, this is where our router outlet is. So the way I currently think of it, and I would love to hear if anyone out there has better thoughts, but I think of it as the styles.css global is like a good place for like default styles to kind of level out the playing field when it comes to browsers. Whereas app component.css, I'm thinking is like one step on top of that. So, like for instance, what we're about to do to all H2s. All the H2s in my site go in here. I think maybe. But again, always open to changing my ways. Okay, so we're gonna have this pony font in here, but instead of pony font, we're just gonna slap it onto our H2, which means I think we can get rid of all those styles. Save it, go back over here. Dashboard is top heroes. Not an H2. Dashboard HTML. It's an H3. I cracked myself up. Okay. Doesn't need to be an H3 though, because we have this Tour of Heroes is our only H1 in the header that will be on all pages. And then we have this one, H2. So why the question now is, oh, except for these H1s. So that's going to be a problem because of hierarchy. But it's been my understanding that if you have like a section wrapper, that you can restart the hierarchy. But I don't think our Kendo cards do have section wrappers. So H3, anybody? We'll see how badly that breaks everything. It's okay. I think we just changed the color. So now I need to. Okay, we need to figure out why. And I'm wondering if it's a view encapsulation, but why our H2 styles aren't coming across on our top heroes. So if I inspect it, and I'm going to make this screen a little bit bigger and make my inspector a little bit bigger. And click on this and plus, plus. There we go. So now yeah, it's not getting it at all. So I'm wondering if I have the options are I could turn view encapsulation off so that it would cascade, or I could put these in our global styles, which I'm assuming save, close. Because if we go back to our HTML, I get that like we're pulling all of the sub pages, the sub routes into this main component file, but because we don't in our TypeScript file, we could toggle view encapsulation off here. But because we aren't, none of our styles in app component CSS are going to filter down to those child components, which I struggle with often because that's how I anticipate CSS to work. But refresh. Ah, so we're getting some of it. Okay, so let's see what's happening. Oh, oh bother. Oh, polyfill file. What are you doing? Okay, first of all, yeah, I don't want any of that happening. Okay, second of all, yeah, there we go. Although something. Is it just because I have it larger? Something's going on with our stroke. Why is our stroke being like this? Interesting. I think I'm just going to change it to 1 pixel. I don't know if it was because we changed font size, but I think I'm happy with 1 pixel. And now that we have our H2 styles in our global style sheet, we can go over to our heroes component.css and we can remove any duplicates. So go back over heroes. Okay, dashboard. I don't know what's going on with the text. I think this is text align center, maybe? Or I just have a killer margin on it. What the fudge is going on here? That Y cracks me up. Color margin. Who is telling you to be centered? Who? No one. I need to just go ahead and add that to the default styles. Styles. H2 text line. Although I don't know if I want it to be centered on all pages. You might like for mobile, it's totally fine. But if we get rid of this and we go to the positioning breaks, yeah, I don't think we want to do. I think we want to be left aligned for things when we're not. Definitely. Okay. So we're not going to text align center. We are just going to debug and figure out why Top Heroes doesn't have any sort of margin. Oh, it's probably because I'm saying top right, bottom left. I'm not giving any right or left margin. So what we need to do is go over to our Heroes CSS and what were we saying? This is top right, bottom left. So I'm saying at 850 pixels and smaller, margin bottom of 3 rems. I need more padding or more margin on the bottom. And then these styles are just for padding right, pet right, the my. I'm not entirely sure. Why do you have right and left margin? Oh, app heroes. I understand now. So everything has margin of 40 pixels, which when I gave it to the host, yep. Okay, so here's what has to happen. I gave app heroes, aka the colon host selector, a display block and a margin of 40 pixels. But what really needs to happen is any page, dashboard, heroes, other pages that we invent in the future, they all need the margin. Nothing needs to touch, right? That's disgusting. So if I go into, was it heroes? Yeah, right here. We basically want to take this host call out, and the only reason we won't need to do display block for what we're doing. Remove it from here, which if we go back over to heroes, we should see that it's up against the edge as well as all of the hero card button thingies that I don't know what to call. So if we remove that and we go to our app component HTML, everything outside of the header right here, this div, yeah, router outlet and app messages needs to have a wrapper, and that wrapper is going to be called our well, since it's for every single page, I'm not sure what content will be there. So I'm just going to call it a content wrapper for now, but we can for sure relabel that if we come up with something more semantic. Woo. All right, so now we can go to here, and at the very top, we're going to call it content wrapper. And this should now work for how many pages we come up with. Yay! So my heroes is looking good, and now our dashboard is looking better. There is a problem with the T is still touching, but if you'll remember beforehand, it was way bleeding off the left. And it's just a problem with the font itself. It kills me. It kills me. I'm having to do so many. See, you'll see how that T is just completely off to the left. I'm having so many issues with this font, and I'm gonna do quite a few custom styles just to, I guess, accommodate it. But I don't know what else to do about it. So we're going to go ahead and first things first. I want to remove. See behind the scenes. the overlay just in case that was covering up anything in the inspector. Okay, so my gut instinct right now is to just get rid of this font. Oh, okay. I have I have a backup font. Let's go to styles and look at what I look look upon what I have done. I created this at font face and I named the font family Pony, and then I linked to this URL with that pony, and it's inside of my assets folder. I have a backup called Equestria, which we could try. I'm going to copy the relative path and source and see how bad this is. Oh, yikers. It's okay. It's just okay. I don't know about the bold either. Let's try. Ooh, I do not want to open the OTF. Let's try getting rid of bold, try the normal font, and try bumping it up from 110 because this font apparently is tiny. So we're going to do like 150 for H2s. Oh, I hate it so much. Okay. I mean, it's not touching the side. It has better kerning and hopefully letting. Painful. Life is painful right now. I just need a better pony font. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to go. Ooh, not open Applejack. That's not what we need to do. Let me double check my assets folder and make sure I don't have a third font for us to try. I have Equestria. There. I think we were using this one. So let's copy the relative path on this, slap it in here, try it out. But I think what we're going to do is end up going back to the OG one that we were using. And I'm just going to have to position the first letter on Top Heroes. Okay, that's not horrible. I don't hate my life when I'm looking at it. And it looks like we can remove the positioning and everything from the Y. It's okay. The other one was definitely more My Little Pony. Yeah, it was definitely, it was like more obvious of what you were seeing. What's the lowercase y look like? Yeah, I can't do it. We're going to go back in time. Past that one, past that one. This version. And we are going to, I know it's jank, and I know we'll end up ripping it out viciously. But what we're doing is what we did on My Heroes. It's what has to be done. I know you're probably like screaming out loud, "Don't do it!" But it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna walk us through it. So I need to find Top Heroes, and oh my gosh, that P and R though. Oh, it hurts my soul. Anyways, I'm back. Go to our dashboard and find Top Heroes, and we need to surround the T with a span. Again, you might start screaming. It's okay, but I'm going to give it a class of T because I don't know. I guess I could say first letter, maybe, but the other. Oh. See, I would do first letter, but not all first letters of this font need modifying. Just the T. So, oh dear lordy. So, see all this stuff up here with the call dash. We don't need any of that anymore. We really, really don't need any of that anymore. And then we do need the border box, but I would have expected this kind of thing to be in the default style sheet. I don't know why it's not. So we're going to put it there and get rid of this one. And we're back over to our. What was I doing? Oh, right. We're on our H2 and everything inside of our H2. I'm with you so far. But that's for our heroes. We need to go into our dashboard and we need to select our H2T and say, I know, it's no fun. I actually don't know absolute if I can. I don't know how positioning is going to work. So, fun tidbit. Whenever you take the T out and position it, it loses those styles because I freaking don't understand this part of it. In my mind, it's like, okay, we're positioning absolute, right? Like you're up and out of the flow, but like it pretends like it's it pretends like it's not inside the H2 anymore. And so that's why I need to go into here and say not only everything with H2 gets these styles, but I need to say everything inside the H2 for my nested things so that the font size, the stroke, the color, everything except for the margin needs to carry over. So I'm going to say H2, comma H2, get rid of that, do the margin on this one. This is how I'm cleaning it up, only giving the margin to the H2, giving everything else to the H2 and everything inside of the H2. This can all be cleaned up and changed once we find a font that we're happy with that we don't have to constantly be manually tinkering with because I mean nobody wants this. Nobody wants classes and spans around individual letters but we do what must be done. Something I'm going to do real quick because I am thinking about it right now. Excuse me. Is I already gave the H2 on our heroes page these extended files, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete them. And I think I'm going to go ahead and give position relative to the styles everywhere. So if I go to our styles, I know it's ugly. And we're going to say position relative. And then I'm going to leave it up to the uh, individual style sheets themselves to go ahead and pull out like H2T, pull out the thing inside of the H2 and make it absolute. So now if we go back over, our T has its styles and it's pulled up and out of the H2. So what I'm wondering about, since it is the first element, because unlike the Y on our heroes page right here, unlike this Y, it's kicking us off. And so I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to like manually move over the H2 to accommodate for it? Question mark. So right of 20 pixels. Oh, sorry, I meant left. Left of 20, and then I'm wondering, do I need to say oh god, it's so strange. Margin right, left, yeah. Left. I always get them mixed. Isn't that apparently? Oh, it's a oh god. Okay, well, this is gonna be fun. So maybe I don't do anything to the T other than pull it out, and I just do the rest with no, because I've got to separate it from everything. I definitely don't want to do negative margin though. I think I have to. Or sorry, negative left position. Let's see. Otherwise, I could. My other option is to position the H2 instead of positioning the T. So if we refresh the page and get rid of our styles, it all has to be moved over. It's still because the page has the app dashboard. Where is it? This has margin. Still not enough to accommodate for our wonky T. So maybe I. I'm trying to think of the least jank way of doing this in a jank app. That's all because of this font. I'm going to definitely after this go hunting while I'm off stream for a better font, but I don't know the best way of doing this. I could move it over with margin. I could position it. I could give this page specifically a crap ton more margin, which is not. You want it to be uniform. So I think if we go ahead and grab, I'm actually going to give this, what if I say border? 2 pixels, solid. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to give this a border real quick just so we can see what we're working with. And then if I go ahead, Turtle says maybe adjust letter spacing instead of positioning it. Maybe. I don't know how that would help us. I mean, maybe, but if I go grab this and I turn off its positioning, letter spacing does all the letters. This is a T problem. Or an O problem, actually. I don't know which person is having. Oh, only the T's spacing. Okay. Letter spacing. Here's where we're gonna Google kerning in CSS. Oh, so you can actually give it a unit. That's weird. The browser was not acting like I could give it a unit. So if I say that could work. Oh, thanks, Turtle. This is a much better solution. So I think we need to give it like negative 35 on the letter spacing. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll just give the whole H2 right, maybe? No, left. Right, left. Right side of the screen, left side of the screen. Let's give it a margin left. 20 pixels. $40. This is going to work really, really well. Thanks, Turtle. That's a much better solution. So instead of positioning our individual T, we're going to say letter spacing. I think I said 35. I did. Letter spacing, negative 35 pixels. And then we're going to give our H2 specifically on this dashboard page. Don't worry, view encapsulation is not turned off. So what that means in Angular styles is that any styles that we write here in our dashboard component will stay right here in our dashboard component. Take it or leave it. I don't know if you like that. That's how it works. You can turn it off, but you turn it off for the whole project, not per component. Margin left. I said 40 pixels. We're just going to save it, refresh it, and see how we look. That's perfect. I do wonder if we could do the same thing. I think the height was wrong on the Y. So if we go and select our Y and then we Oh, right. Turtle said keep in mind that using pixels instead of M's will only work for this specific font size, which is definitely something we have to take into account because nobody's keeping this font around. So if we go to, but once we get rid of the font, we won't have this problem. But nevertheless, instead of 35 pixels, whew, the equivalent in M's. Oh dear lordy, it was like that's not good. Can you do point? Point five. Yeah, that'll work. 4, 3, 2. I think 3 is what we want. And here's component. Turtle saying would be exemplified if you add the class to that T in the header. Like none of those words together make sense to me, so I'm just gonna keep going. Dashboard component H2. I'm totally with you though. I should not be using pixels as I do. I should be using M's and REMs, but it's really, really hard to have it to break. I need to also change the margin left to M's for M. Actually need to get that border back because border 2 pixels solid. Oh. Did not work. Border tab 2 pixels solid. Why is this not showing up? Oh, I put it on the wrong element. Silly me. There we go. So I need this border in order to see how far over my H2 should be sitting. Margin left of 0.5, 0.4, 3. 4 it is. 0.4. And I know math, simple math would work as well. I never know what it's relative to. I'm like, is this relative to the body's font size? And then do math based off of that. And then if my body doesn't have font size, what the crap is it based off of? um, Tour of Heroes versus Top Heroes both need their T's fixed. Oh, yeah, you're totally right. And you're saying it would be exemplified if I moved that up there, which it does. What that is going to mean is that we're going to need to move. Frick. This is going to be so painful. Okay, we need to move. Oh, I want to throw up. This H2T to our global style sheet. This font, man. Man, I tell you. Okay. And then we need to go ahead and give our header, which is inside of our app component. Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, mother of. Okay. So, um, as part of the Angular demo, John Papa thought it would be nifty if we created a title variable with the Tour of Heroes title, and then we plop adopt that over into the HTML. While we are doing plenty of bindings outside of Tour of Heroes binding right here in this specific spot exactly. So we're just going to go ahead and put that in the markup and give it a span. I could do this in the JavaScript, TypeScript, but I'm not going to because I don't need to. And all my other classes of T with spans are inside of Oh no, this is with the H1. Okay. I don't, at this point, we're going to rename this Pony Font Leading T. And when we're going to go into the dashboard. No, dashboard. And whenever we call it out, inside of the dashboard, it's an H2. Inside of the app component, it's an H1. So instead of using nesting for specificity, I'm just going to give it a more specific CSS class. And that way, whenever we change out our pony font, hopefully I'll also remember that, hey, you don't have to adjust the leading T. Styles.css. And there it is. So instead of this, I'm going to do this, the class, and I'm going to move it. I'll move it to below all the headers, but before the body. So that way, in case there's a leading T in the H3, it's all right below the headers. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. JIT compilation, unexpected closing tag in our dashboard component. What did Alyssa break? Oh yeah. What am I thinking here? Copy paste error, Turtle said. Beep. There we go. I think that's okay. I want to scream. This thing with the T, it's like just tearing my soul out. Okay. And I did not expect us to spend this long adjusting fonts today. So yay for that. Also, should have found a better pony font. So what's happening is, yet again, because we are giving it a random class, it's no longer, because we're not even pulling it out with positioning. Oh, sorry. Copy pasta. It's Italian. Turtle, you're cracking all of us up with your dad jokes. Okay. I kind of want H1s to look like this anyways. It's bigger. Thinking about relative font size is already given up here in 4.2. Pony is given. I don't want that blue color. It's an awful blue color that never should have existed. I don't know why we need to reset the margin bottom. I'm probably going to regret that. I don't need position relative anymore since I'm not positioning things, I don't think. Oh, I think I'm still positioning the Y. I was going to go take a look at that. It looks too similar. I think I might need the ugly blue back. Or an ugly blue. Grrr. Trying to think of what I want to do. Black maybe? Okay. We got to get rid of the T getting these. Oh, the artifacts. Oh, okay. Trims. Because I wanted it to be based off of the same thing, not magnified. So there you go. Okay. Besides the fact that all of this is just so gross and will need a massive cleaning up and a different font. I kind of want a margin bottom on the H1. Top right, bottom left. Let's put this on all of them. Oh no, that'll put it on. I don't want to do that. That'll put it on everything inside of them as well. So let's do H1, H2. That's a lot. And a lot of margin. That's a much happier place for us all to hang out. Okay. Two, save. Okay. So we never got to the pony, the pony, and we spent all our time modifying a font. Womp womp. Let's see. Let's see if we can adjust her. See what's happening. So if we say position absolute, and then we say, ooh, pop 100 pixels. Why aren't you moving? Wait, what just happened? Hmm. I'm thinking like this, like she would sit up that much, but I don't know. Who are you, Kendo Card Body? What is your beef? Ah! I don't know why. Okay, so I'm going to give it a height of, I don't even flipping know, 200 pixels. Sure. And then I'm going to give the entire thing. Why aren't you stopping there? Who is telling you to be this tall? Margin bottom? That's fine. Who's telling you to be this tall? Um, let's see. 366. Like I just have no idea where that there's no, like there's content or anything that's that large. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna give it a height of 220 pixels. Sure. I think it's 285 to where it cuts her off. Shouldn't have to do that though. I need to Kendo card. Let's go back to we put it in styles. No, we were dealing with the dashboard. We're gonna have to move all of these out. Get rid of the commented out. And Kendo card styles for now. Oh, I am a position relative that. I don't know. don't know if I need any of this. And we moved this to styles.css. Okay. So I deleted the Kendo card style, so that's what's happening. But I think we need to go ahead and put I'll just make this create style sheet just for Kendo cards. That way we will put those in their own little group. This goes for sure in the dashboard components. Actually, let's put all of this while we're hacking away on it. We'll put all of this inside of the dashboard, but I'm going to put everything below here that I want to move out in a minute. So all of the Kendo cards, they need to have a height for some weird reason that I don't understand yet, but I will understand. I will figure this out. So let's say max height of, I think it was, I don't remember at all. I don't think that's right. Looks okay. If we position this image, absolute, and then we say top 0, and then we give the Kendo card body position relative. I want to do. This is not the file I want. So I'm going to say Kendo card body position absolute and Kendo card body itself. We're going to give position relative. And I like to space out my styles between each selection. But in some of the other files, you'll see, don't need that. I'm actually just gonna like close out everything because I'm getting a little overwhelmed by all the things. Okay. So you'll see in some of them, I think like styles.css, there aren't spaces. That's just how the John Papa does it. So I need to make sure and unify them because the most important thing, no matter what you're doing, is that you're doing it everywhere. So yeet. Yeah, we can remove those button styles. Okay. So I think 285 was like nowhere close to being enough, maybe. Max height. Ooh, okay. It's like not adjusting. I'm either on the wrong element or me browser is acting up. Let's see. No, Kendo card. It's only 137. Maybe it's because I'm doing max and not just height. Yeah, 285 I think was where I wanted it. But I think I'm gonna go with like 265 maybe. First, I need to figure out why this element is collapsed. Turtle says that because they're in a flex row, which they are, the cards are only as tall as the tallest one, decided by the headers on each one. Okay. Hmm. All right, let's refresh and see where we're at because I don't think I've put any of these. Um, so since I want to do this fun positioning trick with our image, I do think we're going to have to give the Kendo card header a default, or not Kendo card header, excuse me. I think we're gonna have to give the Kendo card a default height. Um, womp womp. So dashboard CSS, if we go over to this and get rid of max height, and now if we I think I need to position it from the bottom. Basically all the ponies' heads should be in the same spot. But because the longer post is pushing it down, I'm thinking I should say like no, that's also not going to work. They're relative to the card body, which we shouldn't be. Card body's giving me nothing but trouble, and if I'm about to not use it for position relative, then I think I'm going to chuck it out the window really hard. So let's go to the HTML, get rid of Kendo card body because I'm still unsure of the point of it. Refresh the page. Yeah, totally fine with it. I mean, the image obviously needs to have a max width of 300? 300. 300 looks great. She looks perfect. Position absolute. Top 0. I want your top to be. Actually, what does bottom look like? Bottom. I'm going to go about the same. That's too high. I'm thinking the animation will be like, she'll be at negative 100 and then go up to 80 is too high. So she's got to be like 120 and then go to 100. Yeah. Okay. Let's do top. Yeah, let's do top 110. And this is all on the image that's inside of. Which, curiously enough, already. Oh, it's because I was nesting it inside of Kendo card body. And I don't need to do that because we are inside of dashboard component styles. But technically, I don't want every image on the dashboard to do this. So I'm going to just say everything inside of Kendo card instead of Kendo card body. Kendo, and then put this on the same line. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, this looks fine. But on hover, we need to say, I always click on the wrong one to get over here. Okay, on hover, we need to say more work, but you could set the image as the background image using inline CSS. Then give it 100% width, whatever height the background size contain. That would make it scale to whatever size the card is. True, but how would it look? Would that mess with our on hover effect? Question mark. Kendo card. We will see. It's the bare minimum of the stream today. We have to get this hover effect working. Top, woo, of 90 pixels. I think we want to go less, and we want to say transition. I forget all of the things that I need to say here. So let's look it up, shall we? This one. So we just need a duration and a timing function. Top, 0.4 seconds ease. I think it'll default, so we technically don't even need that. I love it. I also want to give the background color a nudge towards F7, but I don't want to go all the way. Maybe F2? And we'll say Kendo card hover background color F2, F2, F2. And then we want to say Kendo card transition background color 0.4 seconds. It's too dark. I'm confused. Okay, so this is F. Yeah, that's F7, the background that I currently have. And the goal was to go lighter. I don't want HSB. I really don't want any of this. We'll just go back over here. FB. Looks like FB will be lighter than that, but not all the way. Maybe? That was F2 was way too dark. It is, but it's it's now not dark enough. Let's see. Looks like if we move up the scale, F9 is lighter than F7? Question mark? That might work. It's super, super subtle. But I really love it. I love the ponies bouncing. I can't wait to get in each custom pony avatar. Super, super pumped about this. I'm going to go ahead and what we have. Grade dashboard modals to the UI cards and work on fonts. I know I shouldn't. Uh, should not work on so many things at once. Should not push up, but for our stream, I'm okay with grouping all of our streamy goodness together. We did fonts and cards. I think the next steps, obviously, we need to clean up the cards, make them look more legit, get like descriptions, real avatars. Um, then on heroes, gotta fix our Y. But then I think we're gonna replace all of these with cards once our cards are looking fanciful. And then we're slowly chipping away, working our way towards a better My Little Pony app. I have no idea why those broke. Oh my goodness. Oh, right. I stopped the server. Anywho, on that note, thank you all so much for joining me for a couple hours on a Wednesday for UI Wednesday fun. My name is Alyssa Nicoll. Check me out at Alyssa Nicoll on Twitter. I'm here every Wednesday, but also throughout the week randomly on Code It Live. But thank you all so much for your joining in the UI fun. So have a great afternoon.